Hey, good evening to you, and welcome into another year of District 20 Sports right here on 20 TV. Alongside Brian German, I'm Matt Pauley, our entire 20 TV crew coming your way from District 20 Stadium as we get set to bring you Pine Creek and Fountain Fort Carson tonight. Brian, this one on paper looks like it could be a pretty good Week 1 matchup.
Certainly could be. Both these teams pretty much perennial powers throughout a year here and there, but it seems like every season both of these coaches put good squads out there, and it's going to be interesting to see for the first game. There's probably going to be some first game jitters on both sides, but I'll bet we're going to see some good quality football tonight.
One of the storylines that we'll kind of monitor as we go along through the night is whether or not Pine Creek can have a resurgence after last year when they went 4-6. 2 years ago, they were 13-1 and the runner-up in 4A, and in fact, in Todd Miller's first 7 seasons, he had an overall record at 64-6, and then last year limped to a 4-6 finish as they try to get things going once again this year, and that's going to be very much the storyline as we go along throughout this evening. Before we do go any further, though, we do want to let you know that you can purchase a DVD copy of this broadcast if you would like. 2 ways to contact us. You can email us, 20tv at asd20.org, or give us a call at 719-234-1780. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the starters for this game, starting with Pine Creek and what they are going to do offensively. And they don't have a whole lot back from last year from a statistical standpoint. There's a lot of guys that are going to be contributing this year a lot more than maybe they have in previous years. Scott Savage last year ran for 461 yards. Levatson Coffey ran for 257 yards. So as we go along tonight, we're going to kind of learn about this Pine Creek team along with you. As far as what they will bring out defensively, again, it's a team that doesn't return a whole lot from last year, and we're going to find out a lot about them defensively as well as we go along tonight. Their schedule, it's always going to be a tough schedule for Pine Creek, especially the way that they schedule in the early going, playing a 5A team here in week number 1. In Fountain Fort Carson, you've got games against Lakewood and Columbine. This is a Pine Creek team that is not afraid to play those Denver teams because they know if they ever want to win a state title, in all likelihood, it's going to go through one of those Denver teams. They lost to Valor Christian just a couple years ago. As far as Fountain Fort Carson, a team that had a very good year last year when they went 9-2 and 6-0 in league play, and they end up losing in the second round of the playoffs in 5A. As far as what they've got going on, you can see their offense. Jeremiah Joyner, kind of a new face, although he played a little bit last year. Only attempted 1 pass last year, had 5 carries, had no yards. Their quarterback from last year, Cameron Hacker, transferred to Rampart. So for Joyner, he's going to be kind of figuring out things as he goes along, but he's got some folks in the backfield who have had some good success throughout their careers, and we'll be watching to see how they do. The story and the team really is the defense for Fountain Fort Carson. They return 9 starters from last year. They have a linebacking trio of Jake Harmon, Kevin McLaughlin, and also Drew Harris. Those 3 combined for 300-plus tackles last year. And when you really look at this game, you're going to see if Pine Creek can beat the Fountain Fort Carson defense, that's going to be a big key, and we will talk about that more as well as we go along. We are just a few minutes away from kickoff, and we will have that for you next as we look forward to Pine Creek and Fountain Fort Carson from District 20 Stadium right here on 20 TV. Back at District 20 Stadium, we are just a few minutes away from getting things underway as Pine Creek and Fountain Fort Carson open up their seasons. For Pine Creek, they won the toss and they deferred, so it's going to be Fountain Fort Carson receiving. Alongside Brian German, I'm Matt Pauley. Brian, we said it at the open, this could really turn into a heck of a football game tonight.
It certainly could. I'm excited to see, each of these teams when they get the football, what they're going to do with it, and because a lot of inexperience on the offensive side of the ball. But Fountain Fort Carson gets the first shot.
For Pine Creek, it looks like Ian Fletcher is going to go out to kick. Fletcher, a 5'8", 145-pound senior. Eric Pittman is back deep to receive for Fountain Fort Carson. Also back there is Ben Dice, and we are just about set to go. Fletcher sizes up the football. We'll take a few steps back, and we're going to get this football season for Pine Creek underway here in just a moment. Not a bad crowd here at District 20 Stadium.
Great crowd. People just jazzed to see this Eagle team play.
And here is the kickoff. Fletcher kicks it deep. That's going to not be returnable. That was off the inline, back behind the end zone. Fletcher's got himself a leg.
He certainly does. That really had no chance to return. It was all the way out of the end zone.
So Fountain Fort Carson will start with the football at the 20-yard line. And if there is a question offensively for Fountain Fort Carson, it's in their quarterback and Jeremiah Joyner. We'll see what he is able to do as Joyner is going to come up to the line of scrimmage with two receivers. Check that. Receivers split to each side. Two running backs back behind Joyner as he is at the line of scrimmage. Joyner takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff right up the middle. Mario Jimenez did not have much room to go right there, and that's a good first defensive play for Pine Creek.
Yeah, it certainly is. If they can keep stopping them like stuff in the run like that, try and see what Joyner has when he has to go to the air.
That's a gain of 3 yards for Jimenez, the 5'10", 175-pound junior, and it brings up a 2nd and 7 from the 23-yard line. Clock is ticking. We are underway at District 20 Stadium. Pine Creek starts the game on defense. Joyner, he is once again going to hand off, and this time he hands it off to Charles Tigner, and Tigner spins his way to a first down and even a little bit more, gets to about the 32-yard line. That's a gain of 8 yards, and that's a first down for Fountain Fort Carson.
That was some good hard running by Tigner, and if he keeps running like that throughout this game, he's going to be a tough guy to bring down.
And when you're getting these first carries of the season, you get that first carry, you want to give your coach a reason to give you the rock again. 11 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Fountain Fort Carson getting set to run their third play of the day. Joyner once again at the line of scrimmage. He takes the snap. This time he's going to a quick handoff up the middle, and Pine Creek had that snuffed out easily. That was Mario Jimenez once again, who could not go very far with the football.
Great job on the defensive line. You see Bubba Barone up there. He's in the middle of that defensive line, kind of anchoring Pine Creek's Eagles there, and he's done a great job so far stopping the surge of the Fountain Fort Carson offensive line.
5'10", 275-pound senior Barone, and you like to have a big boy like that right there in the middle defensively.
Definitely.
So that brings up a 2nd and 9 now for Fountain Fort Carson. Joyner's at the line again. Looks like he might change the play. Here's the snap. It's going to be a handoff once again to Charles Tigner. And this time Tigner doesn't have quite as much room. He was the guy who ran for the first down and the 7-yard gain in his first carry. This time he only gains about a yard, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 now for Fountain Fort Carson. This is the first third down opportunity for the Pine Creek defense.
Yeah, the Eagles really plugged that one up there, and here comes Barone off the field. He's going to get a little bit of a break because it is a passing situation. The Eagles want to get maybe some pass rushers in there.
We'll call it 3rd and 7. The ball is on the 34-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Joyner at the line of scrimmage with 2 running backs behind him. He's looking to pass. He passes left side, has a man open, fighting for the first down, unable to get in. The ball is on the ground. Pine Creek pushed it out, and we'll see who ends up coming down with it. It was Ben
Pine
Dice
Creek's
who
got
received the pass, and it is Pine Creek football. Early turnover, and that's a big play for Pine Creek as their offense will come onto the field for the first time today.
Josh Odom came up with that football, Matt. They did a great job of knocking it out of the hands of the receiver, and then as soon as that ball hit the ground, I saw like 5 Eagles jump on it.
Odom, the 5'9", 200-pound junior, and that's a good first moment from the Pine Creek defense, and now we'll see the offense come onto the field. Offense will be led by quarterback Tommy Lasaro. Lasaro only attempted 7 passes last year. He works out of the shotgun with 3 separate running backs all around him. It's going to be a handoff and nowhere to go for James Fisher. He's going to lose about 4 yards on the carry, lost his helmet as well.
Drew Harris, one of those linebackers you told us about. These kids had 300 tackles between the 3 of them last year for Fountain Fort Carson. He came in pretty quickly there and got a hold of the runner and threw him down.
Harmon averaged 9 tackles a game, Harris 8 tackles a game, McLaughlin 10 tackles a game. It's ridiculous how many tackles those guys made, and a good start as Harmon comes up with the tackle. Now this time it's going to be a pass out into the flat to the running back, Camden Atkins, and he gets back to a little bit past the original line of scrimmage, so that's going to be a gain of 3 or 4 yards, but it is actually checked that. He doesn't quite get to the original line of scrimmage, gets 2 yards, but still brings up a 3rd and 14.
It's going to be a long night if Pine Creek can't get outside and maybe make some yardage on the perimeter of this defense, because going up the middle, it might be a little bit tougher.
Ball is at the 43-yard line. 8 minutes, 45 seconds to go in the first half. There's no score. Pine Creek forced an early turnover, but offensively, they're having troubles getting anything going. Back goes in motion. Here's Lazaro looking to pass. Looks to pass left side. He's got a man open, and he just overshoots him.
Oh, my goodness.
It was Austin Meacham out there who he just came up empty on.
Just a little bit of a missed contact. You'll see here on the replay. He put a lot of air under the ball, let his receiver run under it, and I think Meacham may have just slowed down just a little bit and maybe misjudged the ball, and it's incomplete, so the Eagles will have to punt.
Big missed opportunity as for Pine Creek. We'll see JoJo Doman come out to punt. See if he can place this one inside the 20. The punt is away, and it will bounce into the end zone, and Fountain Fort Carson will start again with the football. 8 minutes, 23 seconds to go, and we will step aside very quickly and come back with more after this on 20 TV. No score, Pine Creek and Fountain Fort Carson from District 20 Stadium. Matt Pauley, Brian German, and Fountain Fort Carson begins their second offensive series of the day as Jeremiah Joyner, the quarterback, once again at the line of scrimmage. He's going to hands it off right side, and nowhere to go for Charles Tigner. He gets hit at the line of scrimmage, and he got hit pretty hard.
I'll tell you what, the Pine Creek defense is really impressing me right now, putting a stop to this Fountain Fort Carson running game.
So Tigner had nowhere to go, ends up gaining about 2 yards on the forward momentum, but he got hit hard, and that brings up a 2nd and 8 ball at the 22-yard line. So far, these two teams still kind of feeling each other out. Joyner comes to the line with 2 receivers outright. And he's not going to hand off this time. Instead, he looks to throw, and he undershoots his receiver on the left side, Ladarius Harris, who was unable to come up with the catch. That would have been a highlight reel catch, to say the least, if he would have come up with that one.
Yeah, some good pressure there by Scott Savage of the Eagles, who got to Joyner kind of early. I don't think Joyner was expecting it. Kind of came out on like a naked bootleg, and there was 2 guys right there in his face, and he had to hurry the throw.
So it brings up a 3rd and 8. Ball on the 22-yard line, 7 minutes, 36 seconds to go. There's no score. And you would think that Fountain Fort Carson, all likelihood, would be passing once again. But just one receiver split out right. Double tight end set with 2 backs behind Joyner. Joyner with the hard count, takes the snap. Now he's going to hand off right side to Tigner. Nowhere to go.
What a great tackle.
He gets brought down behind the line of scrimmage, and JoJo Doman was in there leading the way.
Yeah, we'll see the replay here. Once again, the Eagles not letting the Trojans get any running room at all. And a great tackle, good form there, getting his head out in front and hanging on and bringing down Tigner.
First punting situation on the day for Fountain Fort Carson.
Nice tackle.
And it's going to be the I do everything kid, Charles Tigner, to punt. See that a lot in high school football. Avery Anderson and Scott Savage are back at about the 35-yard line to possibly return a punt. Snap was low. Tigner was able to dig it out, but his punt lands at the 50-yard line and goes out of bounds. And Pine Creek, for the second consecutive offensive possession, will have good field position, and one of their coaches is out there, I think, trying to say there's some sort of hold out there.
Yeah, tough to get that call, though, when the ball went out of bounds. So I think the Eagles should be happy with getting the ball here in Trojan territory for the second time tonight, second possession.
Officials for tonight's game, the referee, the white hat, Mark Van Gampleer, Dave Allgood, the umpire, Steve O'Donnell, head linesman, line judge Dwight Nichols, and back judge is Jack Dowds. And it should always be noted that these officials really do it for a love of it, as here's a handoff coming around the right side, trying to get around the corner, close to a first down. That was Austin Meacham, I believe, who came all the way around. And now check that, Camden Atkins, I beg your pardon, Camden Atkins with that carry.
I'll tell you what, that was some good, tough running, and finally a little bit of action there from the Eagles' offense, and they're not behind. Last time their first down, they lost some yardage. This time, 9 yards.
Second
and one here.
Yeah, 2nd and 1. We'll see if they go for it, go for the first down, or try to go for something maybe a little bit more. Might be going for something a little bit more. Looking to pass, and man is wide open. That's Scott Savage on the right sideline. Pass is completed by Tommy Lazaro, who completed just 6 passes last year as a backup quarterback.
Todd Miller might have jumped on his offense a little bit there because they didn't come out too good when they got a great opportunity with the fumble recovery. Didn't come out too good off of that, but now they look fired up now. They're moving the football.
Got the ball at the 27-yard line. 2 receivers out to the left, and both James Fisher and Jack Lydiot's out there as well. They fake the handoff and running himself. Lazaro, he's close to the 20-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 6 yards for Lazaro. Last year, 6 carries, 22 yards for Lazaro, so averaged just close to 4 yards a carry last season. We'll call it 2nd and 5, so a 5-yard run. Ball's at the 22-yard line, and Pine Creek offensively really moving right now. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Lazaro continues to work out of the shotgun. Snap comes back. He's looking to throw again. Throws right side. He's got his man Meacham close to the 15-yard line. And that's going to bring up a first down.
I'm really impressed with the Pine Creek quarterback at this point because he's doing a great job getting the ball, moving the ball, getting it into the hands of the right running back or the right receiver.
And another guy on this team, Camden Atkins, attempted 27 passes this year. Lazaro attempted 7 passes, but Lazaro was able to come in with the job as he takes the snap out of the shotgun. He hands off around the corner and pushed out of bounds. That was James Fisher. You know, that wasn't a great carry because he doesn't get that many yards, but he really showed the ability to keep the play alive.
He certainly did, as you'll see here on the replay. He gets the handoff and just gets hit right away, gets out of that, breaks 2 tackles on his way to the sidelines. Not a lot in the yardage department, but maybe some brilliance to come.
And you don't see a lot of high school kids being able to drop that hand to regain their balance like he did on that play. Just a 2-yard carry, but to us a little bit more impressive than your normal run-of-the-mill 2-yard carry. Lazaro's looking to pass. He kind of dumps it off left side and trying to get around the corner and going out of bounds. That was Scott Savage, and he's going to gain a few yards, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down for Pine Creek.
Well, we'll have to see where they spot it, though. Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I couldn't see the other stick there. This will be an interesting play for Todd Miller's crew because you're looking at here. Remember, we have a nice, strong leg from the kicker, You could be looking at a field goal if you don't get the first down here.
They're going for it. Lazaro's at the end of the gun. Throws left side to the end zone.
Catch.
And the catch is made. That's a touchdown. Pine Creek. Avery Anderson comes down with it. 6-0 Eagles.
That is the way you catch a football, with your hands. Don't let it get to your body. What a great job by Anderson here. Let's watch this again. Not to say much of the pass. Beautiful pass. Get it out in the direction where only Anderson could catch it. He does a great job grabbing it, keeping both feet in bounds, and getting in the end zone. What does he want to go in the NFL someday, I guess?
That's a heck of a catch, as he was working against Dwayne McClurk and a 6'2", 160-pound junior, and he took the ball away from him. 6-0, and on to kick the extra point is Ian Fletcher. Hold is down, the kick is up, and that is good. Extra point tacks on to the Pine Creek lead. It is 7-0 with just under 5 minutes to go.
I tell you what, Matt, I'm really impressed with this Pine Creek offense, and maybe not so impressed with the Fountain Fort Carson defense, because Pine Creek's had 2 chances, and they this last time just drove right down the field for that 7 points.
They really did. Pine Creek's going to be kicking away when we're back after this here on 20 TV. Matt Pauley, Brian German back at District 20 Stadium. Pine Creek leads 7-0 after the touchdown catch from Avery Anderson, the 5'11", 155-pound junior. And Pine Creek's got the early lead, and we kind of mentioned it, Brian, before the game got started. Pine Creek offense versus Fountain Fort Carson defense. The winner in that area was probably going to end up winning the game as kickoff comes back. It was bobbled for a moment, and now absolutely nowhere to go.
Eric Pittman
does not get back to the 20.
Good special teams by Pine Creek, and Fountain Fort Carson really been behind the 8 ball, so to speak, so far in this game. Haven't been able to get anything going, and they're starting deep in their own territory again.
Ball is placed at the 10-yard line. That yellow line that they've got out there for when they use it for soccer always gets me.
Yeah. Maybe an ill-advised return there by Pittman, standing on the goal line. Maybe probably could have let that ball go and have this ball at the 20 instead of the 10.
And the bobble did not help. That
No.
took an extra split second where Pine Creek was able to get down that much quicker. Joyner at the line of scrimmage. He's looking to hand off. He does so, and not a bad carry for Mario Jimenez. Gets to the 16-yard line.
This is what Fountain Fort Carson's known for. They're going to run the ball, and if they can't get anything done, they're going to run the ball. That's just what they're used to. And Mitch Johnson's just going to keep pounding it at you until he finds a hole. And that time they did, and they got a good 7 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 3. This is more what the Trojans are looking for when they get their offense going. A nice big gain on first down.
And that's where having a guy like Bubba Barone in the middle at 275 pounds really comes in handy for Pine Creek. Joyner takes the snap. Quick handoff right up the middle and nowhere to go. That was Jimenez again.
It's going to be, it looks like it close to a first down, though. Maybe just shy. It'll be 3rd and a few inches. But you're right, Bubba Barone, you watch the middle of that line, and the Trojans just trying to push Barone out of the way. It's kind of like, which side do we want to go on this guy?
And at 5, he's not 6'4", 275. Right. He's 5'10", 275. So as far as staying low, that's not going to be too much of an issue for him.
That's true.
7-0, Pine Creek leads, and a 3rd and 1 for Fountain Fort Carson. Barone right on top of the football. Actually, that's Tom Wilson right on top of the football. They got the big boy package in there right now, and a flag comes out. It looks like Fountain Fort Carson was a little bit early.
And that's too bad because they finally had something going. Now they're going to back up and have a third and a little more than 5 instead of 3rd and inches.
They brought Tom Wilson in, and he's going to come out now. Tom Wilson, 6'2", 275. You got Bubba Roan, 5'10", 275. On those goal line situations, that's a lot of person right there at the line.
It certainly is. I tell you what, they were going to go nowhere up the middle. They were going to have to go outside. But now, of course, it's 3rd and almost 6.
Receivers split out to each side as Joyner is at the line of scrimmage. Takes the snap, and they fake the handoff and then give the hand, and then end up throwing the ball out to the left side. And it was intended for Jason Orr, but he was unable to come up with it.
Tell you, Pine Creek's doing a great job just pressuring Joyner, whether they're getting a lot of pressure on him or not. Joyner's feeling like they are, and he felt rushed on that throw, and as he threw it behind the receiver, and it fell incomplete. So they got a punt again.
Avery Anderson, Scott Savage back around midfield to potentially return the punt. And Charles Tigner, who we didn't really see Tigner get the ball much, and he's had the best run of the day for Fountain Fort Carson.
He certainly has. He had that one run for about 8 or 9 yards, which is a little bit scary, too, as a punter because he could just take off here. But I don't think he's going to do it from his own goal line.
Yeah, he's right there at the goal line. Snap comes back. Good snap, unlike the last one. Punts it away. Feel a little bit of a confusion on who's going to take it. It was Anderson who got it. The ball's on the ground, though, and we'll see who came away with it. I think Pine Creek's going to have it, and they do.
Whew, those are always scary, those punts. You know, you never know. In a weird twilight like this and you have the light shining down, if you lose that ball in the air for just a second, take your eye off it, you can drop it like that, and I think that's what happened in that case, but he was lucky enough to jump back on it.
You know, Anderson and Savage, it's kind of like a fly ball to the outfield, though. Whoever's going to take it, and the other one needs to get away. They were too close to each other when that came down.
They certainly were.
1st and 10, ball's at the 47-yard line. We got just less than 3 minutes left here in the first half, and Pine Creek leads 7-0. Matt Pauley, Brian German at District 20 Stadium. Our entire 20 TV crew here as well, as Lazaro out of the shotguns takes the snap, throws up the middle. He had a little bit of a seam to Austin Meacham, but overshot him.
I'll tell you what, I like Lazaro. He stands in the pocket, looks. He had his man. He just overshot him that time. He's saying, my bad, as he comes to the sideline, looks for the next play. He knows he missed one there.
How excited is Pine Creek? This kid's a junior, has almost no experience at quarterback, and here he is in the first game of the year looking pretty poised.
Yes, he stands there in that pocket, looking pretty good downfield, checks his receivers and knows where to go.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Lazaro joined by a couple running backs in the backfield. Looks like he wants to keep it himself, and he gets to the original line of scrimmage, but we've got a flag out. And we'll see what that is called. The back judge, check that the line judge, Dwight Nichols.
We got a holding on the Eagles.
Yeah, Pine Creek is going to get tacked for it, and that's going to move them back. They're moving in the wrong direction.
That's a tough situation for an offensive lineman because Lazaro started to cut in and then cut back to the outside. And for a lineman, if the running back moves from one side to another, sometimes the defensive player can move with him and you extend your arm just a little bit, and that's when you're going to get that holding call. Right
now on the sideline, Matt List, one of the linebackers for Pine Creek, is on the bike. He's trying to stay loose until the defense comes back out on the field.
Tell you, they're doing a great job so far on defense.
2 minutes and 43 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. It is 2nd and 21 on their own 47-yard line. And now the officials are going to get together for a moment, make sure they get this call right. Holding is a spot foul, so there may be some discussion on where the ball should be spotted. That seems about right from up here, but I'm just a broadcaster. What do I know?
Yeah, not much.
Thanks.
Sorry.
You're one, too.
Well, you're right.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Lazaro takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looking to throw, throws up the middle, and he's got a man absolutely wide open, out of bounds, coming down with the football in the big gain, Jack Lydiot.
Jack Lydiot was wide open coming across the middle. Great fake by Lazaro, and here comes Lydiot right across the middle, and a great toss. Hit him in stride, and a great gainer for Pine Creek. It's a first down on 2nd and 21.
That's a breakdown for Fountain Fort Carson defensively.
Yeah, I think they bit on the run fake. Lazaro did a great job, kept it on his hip as he went out to the side there, and then Lydiate came right across the middle.
Pine Creek looks really good at times. They lead 7-0, 2.5 to go in the first quarter. Snap is back. Lazaro's looking to throw again. Deep throw out to the end zone.
Love
Left.
this kid.
There's a flag on the play, but he caught it. They're gonna mark him down, I believe, at the 1 yard line. But another big time catch. That was Austin Meacham who came down with it.
I'll tell you, I like the throw. I like everything. What are they calling here?
They may be calling an offensive pass interference. They're bringing it back.
Oh, we just showed the replay. If we could see that one more time, guys, that'd be great. Lazaro, a great job again. Puts a lot of air under the ball, lets his receivers make plays, and I guess maybe Meacham did slightly push off there. I didn't really see it, but apparently the Stripes did.
Look clean to me.
Me too. Here it is again. Oh, wow. That's ticky-tack. I do not see a push off there.
That's a tough call.
Great job camera work by our guys. Adam Drake, Craig Krell, Adam Parker, doing a great job down there, guys. Thank you.
1st and 25, ball a yard short of midfield. And I think Pine Creek may have just had a touchdown taken away from him. Fake the handoff. Lazaro's going to run himself, directs his blockers left side, gets inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line. That's going to be a 13-yard game for Tommy Lazaro, and that cuts down that first down distance in half.
Certainly does. Lazaro is quite the player. He's playing like a senior. He's playing like a kid who played an entire season last year, and you said before he didn't. But I tell you what, he's got a lot of poise.
He's going to be opening up some eyes. Folks are going to be watching the newscast tonight. They're going to be opening up the newspaper tomorrow morning, going online whenever, and seeing about Tommy Lazaro and realizing he might be one of the better quarterbacks here in Southern Colorado. 2 receivers. Lazaro works out of the shotgun, and it's a quick handoff up the middle. Not much room for Josh Odom. And that brings up a 3rd down.
Still 3rd and short. Or, excuse me, 3rd and like 12, maybe 13. It's not exactly short, is it, Matt?
Depends on how tall you are.
I like my chances, though, with Lazaro out there and the bevy of receivers that the Eagles have. They really can do anything.
And Fountain Fort Carson, even though they've got this at a 3rd and 12 right now, it doesn't look like Fountain Fort Carson defensively is real comfortable against Pine Creek and what they might do. Only one back in the backfield along with Lazaro. He is looking to pass. The blitz is on, coming from the left side. Lazaro loses the football, gets it back, loses it again, and Fountain Fort Carson is going to come up with it at the 30-yard line.
That is the first break for the Trojans on the day, and sad to say Lazaro just kind of lost the handle on it, kind of holding it like a loaf of bread there as he was running it up the middle, lost the handle on it, kicked it. You thought he had it back, but he wasn't able to get a handle on it on the ground. Fountain Fort Carson comes away with the football and the best field position of the day, their own 31-yard line.
That was Tracy Hancock who came up with it, a 6'7", 220-pound junior. And when he came up off the ground, he held that thing high above his head, celebrating the fumble recovery. Less than a minute to go in the first quarter. Pine Creek leads 7-0. Their defense is back out on the field. Jeremiah Joyner at the line, 2 running backs behind him. And he looks to hand off very quickly and does so to Tevin Donnell. Donnell gains about 5 yards.
It'll be really interesting. Like I said, Mitch Johnson just loves to pound the football up the middle. He's going to have an interesting road to go here, though, with this Pine Creek defense so far. It's going to be 2nd and 6.
Ball's at the 35-yard line. They do have to run a play, 4-second difference between the play clock and the game clock. Receivers split out to each side. Joiner's at the line of scrimmage. Behind him, both Tigner and Donnell, and now whistles blow with 3.5 seconds left. Is that a
timeout?
Timeout is called. Fountain Fort Carson. They may not have realized that there was a difference between the play clock and the game clock. They may have thought that they could just run out the clock in the first quarter. That is obviously not the case.
Well, and you know, timeout to burn. the end of the first quarter here, rather than going back 5 yards, your offense has been getting set back all night long so far in this first quarter. Let's take a timeout. Let's regroup, and it'll only be 2nd and 6.
7-0 our score as the two teams take some time, and we'll take some time as well. We're back in a moment with the final 3.5 seconds of the first quarter here on 20 TV.
Yeah.
Okay. Three and a half seconds left in the first quarter. Matt Pauley, Brian German. If you'd like to order a DVD copy of this broadcast, we'd like you to do that. You can email us 20tv@asd20.org or give us a call at 719-234-1780. 2nd and 6 for Fountain Fort Carson out of the timeout. Joiners at the line of scrimmage. Takes the snap. Here's a handoff up the middle. That's Donnell with his 2nd consecutive carry. And he's going to be short of the first down, and that is how the first quarter will come to an end. First quarter score, 7-0. Pine Creek leads, but Fountain Fort Carson's got the football. We've got second quarter action coming your way next here on 20 TV. Back at District 20 Stadium, Matt Pauley, Brian German. Second quarter is underway with a pass or handoff, once again to Jimenez. And Jimenez is still up on his feet, and that's going to be Tigner. I beg your pardon, Tigner with the handoff. I saw that hair, thought I saw 3. That should be the easiest guy to spot out there with the hair coming out the backside of the helmet, and that's one heck of a run for Charles Tigner, who's had the 2 longest runs of the day for Fountain Fort Carson.
Tell you what, he knows how to use that offhand. Look at him just push the Eagles out of the way, get to the outside. What a nice run by Tigner. Now we're starting to see the Trojans move the football. We'll see if the Eagles can stiffen on defense.
7-0. Pine Creek leads, but Fountain Fort Carson with the football. We'll see if Tigner gets it again. I'd give it to him again after that run.
Oh, certainly.
With the 2 running backs in the back, he's the one set up to the left side. You can see the hair, and he is going to get it again right up the middle, and he's got a hole. He's still on his feet and finally goes down at the 33-yard line, and that is going to be close to a first down.
Tell you what, the Trojans doing a good job there of getting Barone out of the way so that Tigner can run right off tackle there. And, boy, some good hard running by Tigner. He is impressive.
Tigner evidently had a good summer because last year, 6 carries, 88 yards on the season. He averaged 14 yards a carry, but he only got the rock 6 times last year.
I guess he was just growing his hair, doing more than just growing his hair this summer.
5'9", 185-pound junior. Where's the number 4?
I'd be afraid to wear my hair that long in a game. Because can't they use it legally to tackle you?
I don't think you can grow your hair that long.
Is that a dare?
Receivers out to each side as Joiners at the line of scrimmage. It's going to hand off to Donald. Donald tries to get around the corner left side. No room for him as he is pushed out of bounds, leading the way. Avery Anderson, we've called his name offensively and defensively tonight for Pine Creek.
He is a quick young man, and we saw his hands on offense. Now we see his ability to tackle on defense. He's going to be a good player for the Eagles this year.
Ball brought back in by the officials.
Tigner now looks like he's limping a little bit for the Trojans out there. He's checking his leg. They're going to take him out of the game. That's a good sign for the Eagles, I think.
Mario Jimenez comes back in, so he's in the backfield with Tevin Donnell. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Looking to pass. They do pass right side, and that was not a very good pass. It was intended for Ben Dice, the 5'11", 180-pound senior.
That's a tough one, though. I mean, my book, if you can touch it, you can catch it. He has both hands on that ball. I think he was hearing some footsteps coming up on him there, and that's probably why he let that one go.
Avery Anderson and Kason Nolan were right there in front of him. They were going to get him pretty good.
Yeah.
7-0. Pine Creek continues to lead. Big defensive play for Pine Creek. It's 3rd and 9. Ball's at the 31-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Joyner at the line of scrimmage, looking to throw, throws left side. That's intercepted. Intercepted Pine Creek, and going out of bounds with the football. That's Austin Meacham once again.
Just when you thought Fountain Fort Carson had something going, Joyner makes a mistake, throws it out there. What a good job by Meacham. Standing in the way, jumps up and gets that interception. Maybe an ill-advised pass by Joyner.
And Scott Savage actually with the interception. I beg your pardon. The 6 and the 8s look very similar out there at the Pine Creek jerseys, but that was Scott Savage who comes up with the interception. Either way, obviously a real big play.
Huge play for the Eagles, and now let's see what Lazaro can do offensively. We've got a timeout by the Eagles. Timeout
called. Todd Miller is going to talk some things over, and that gives us an opportunity to step aside for just a moment. 7-0 our score, 9 minutes, 56 seconds to go in the first half. Pine Creek leads here on 20 TV. Seven 0 the score remains. Pine Creek leads out of the timeout. A pass and a bad pass and almost intercepted. Dwayne McClurkin's going to be thinking about that as he falls asleep tonight. Every time his eyes close, he's going to see that football going right into his chest and then falling down onto the turf.
I think there was some miscommunication there between Lazaro and Atkins. Atkins kept running straight down the field. Lazaro threw like for an out, and that could have been a pick 6 very easily.
Lazaro can be counting his blessings at this moment. 2 receivers to the left. Anderson is split out to the right side, and Lazaro, as he has all night, works out of the gun. Anderson goes in motion. It's a handoff, and now flags come out, and it looks like Pine Creek might have been a little early. We will get the call from our white hat, Mark Van Gamplier. And indeed, a false start for Pine Creek.
And that's tough because you had the incomplete pass on first down. Now you're going to be looking at 2nd and 15. But, of course, if of the 2 offenses, I feel better if I'm Pine Creek at 2nd and 15 than I do if I'm Fountain Fort Carson.
They've been more explosive today, and their offense just simply is more explosive. It's not just the running up the middle. Fountain Fort Carson has had some big plays doing that, but it's almost a coincidence. It's not what they're aiming for. That's not the game plan. The game plan is 3 yards in a cloud of dust. 2 receivers to the left. Anderson goes in motion again. He's going to be handed up. They're just running the exact same play, and it works as gets just about to the original line of scrimmage. 5-6 yard gain for Anderson, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 9.
Anderson's going to be one of the stars for these Eagles. I'm still glowing over that, that touchdown reception he had. But I tell you what, I'd be making sure that kid gets the ball 15, 17 times a game.
Clock is running with 9 minutes and 19 seconds to go here in the first half. Two receivers split out to the left side for Pine Creek. That's Jack Lydiot and Camden Atkins. Lazaro takes the snap out of the shotgun, throws up the middle towards Avery Anderson, and Anderson had it just out of his reach, and that's going to bring up a fourth down now for Pine Creek.
I'm not sure Lazaro made the right call on that one. Although Anderson did break clear, he had a couple of guys with him. Lydiot was running down the left sideline, wide open. I think they could have had 6 there. Lazaro, though, made his decision and went with it, which is what you like for your quarterback to do.
Pine Creek will send JoJo Doman back to punt. Last year averaged 34 yards per punt. Back deep to return for Fountain Fort Carson is Mario Jimenez. Snap is back. Here's the punt, almost blocked. Jimenez calls for the fair catch and just lets it drop down in front of him, and it's picked up at about the 34-yard line.
Got a Trojan bounce there.
8 minutes, 47 seconds to go here in the first half, and Fountain Fort Carson's going to come back on the field. For me, as not the time is winding down in the first half, but we're nearing time winding down, I think this is a really important possession right now for Fountain Fort Carson.
Yes, decent field position. I think the best or second best they've had to start on the night. And let's see, Tigner's back in the ball game. If they can keep him in the ball game, I would keep giving him the rock.
Over and over and over, even if you got to find a new punter. 7-0, Pine Creek leads. Tigner is back there. Joyner's at the line of scrimmage. It is going to be a handoff to Tigner, and he's got room up the middle. Gets close to the 40-yard line. That's going to be a 6-7-yard carry for Charles Tigner, who's eclipsed 50 yards here in the first half. And
he's done a great job, and he's getting it all between the tackles. Gets in there, sticks his head down, and just runs hard.
Yeah, and he's going to come off here for just a moment. It's interesting how you can – no, he's not going to come off. He was just – they changed out footballs or something because he threw a football over to the sideline.
Maybe that wasn't the running football.
I don't know. He's the running back, punter / football sideline returner.
Yeah.
Joyner going to keep it, pitches it left side around the corner, first down and almost to midfield. Mario Jimenez.
This is what Fountain Fort Carson needed. You said you wanted to see what the Trojans would do on this drive, and so far they're moving the football. But it really doesn't matter because so far the Eagles have kept them out of the end zone, off the scoreboard, and if the Trojans don't come up with something here, it could be a long night.
10-yard carry for Jimenez brings up the 1st and 10, ball at the 47-yard line. Receiver split out to the right side for Fountain Fort Carson is Mitchell Gaines, the 6'2", 160-pound senior. Joyner, quick handoff up the middle. I think that was Tigner again.
That's what you expect from Mitch Johnson. Like you said, 3 yards and cloud of dust. May not be pretty, but I tell you what, it wears out the defense. It'll wear on the Eagles if they continue to pound the ball at the middle like that.
7 minutes, 40 seconds to go here in the first half. Clock continues to tick. And they did get past midfield with that 3-yard carry by Charles Tigner. Receivers split out to each side. Tigner's in the backfield with Jimenez. Joyner's at the line of scrimmage. Quick handoff up the middle, and not a whole lot of running room this time for Mario Jimenez.
Barone formed a wall, and this time they ran right into it.
I think Barone is a wall. And that's a good thing.
Yes.
So it brings up a 3rd down now, 3rd and 6. Ball at the Pine Creek 49-yard line as they just cross midfield.
Big play here for the Trojans.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Joyner's going to work out of the gun. This is not something he does often. Takes the snap. He's looking to throw. The lefty throws right up the middle. He's got a man open. That's Gaines. Gaines gets away from a couple tacklers. He's veering out to the left side towards the corner, inside the 20 to the 15 and out of bounds.
What a good play. And I'll tell you, a player who made that play happen, Mario Jimenez, who put a beautiful block up front on a blitzing Eagle, and that let the quarterback, Joyner, find his man, and then it was all on from there. A nice running job there by Gaines as he got to the sideline, and it's the deepest penetration by the Trojans so far tonight.
36-yard reception for Mitchell Gaines. But a flag is on the field.
They're going to tack more onto the end of that. A personal foul on the Eagles.
So the ball is now inside the 10-yard line. Six minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the first half. The ball placed at the 7. First and goal at the 7-yard line. Pine Creek leads 7-0. Joyner is at the line. Quick handoff up the middle and getting about 4 yards on the carry. That's Jimenez again.
I'll tell you what, after that, he had that huge block. I think Mitch Johnson wanted to reward him for that block, and he said, hey, let's see if Jimenez can get in the end zone here. Let's give him the ball.
The big boy package comes in once again as Tom Wilson enters the game. Another 275-pounder.
I think we might be in 4-down territory here for Fountain Fort Carson.
Their kicker is Jordan White, who did not really kick last year. Here's a handoff up the middle once again to Jimenez, and Jimenez fighting for the goal line, and he is in. Pine Creek, the first shot got him, but he kept going afterwards, and it was interesting. Coach Todd Miller, he had his keys to the game. One of his 4, no yards after contact.
Yeah, there was certainly 3 yards after contact on that. We're not going to call out the name of the Eagles who tried to stop him. Jimenez did a great job just keeping his legs churning, getting into the end zone, and now the all-important extra point to try this ball game.
The snap comes back, the hold and the kick. And the kick is no good for Fountain Fort Carson. Jordan White could not come up with the extra point, and that keeps Pine Creek leading 7-6. 5:12 to go here in the first half. We're back to finish up the first half next here on 20 TV. Five minutes and 12 seconds to go in the first half. We've got a close one. We expected a close one, and it's everything we expected it to be. 7-6 Pine Creek leads. Fountain Fort Carson kicks it away. Anderson in his own end zone is going to not return the football, and they'll take it at the 20. That's probably a good decision by Avery Anderson.
Certainly is. And the way that Lazaro's been running the offense, I don't think it matters where Pine Creek gets the ball. They're able to move it. We'll just have to see now if they can put some more points on the board and get a little cushion.
I'm a big believer in answering, and we will see now if.
Like when the phone rings, or
when you're scored against.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So we got a football game going on right now, and they just scored. So when the other team scores, that's an answer.
That's an answer.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
A big believer in that. We'll see if Pine Creek is able to do just that.
Lazaro with the keeper.
And he gets a few yards.
Lazaro's the leading rusher, I believe, for Pine Creek at this point.
They haven't run much. 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in the first half. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Tommy Lazaro in the backfield in the shotgun. He is standing back there with Coffee. And now a throw out to the left side, and there once again is Avery Anderson, but does not gain much on that play.
Nice catch. It was well covered there by Fountain Fort Carson. They came up with the tackle right away as Anderson made the catch. And Drew Harris was up there to make the tackle. So, you talked about Fountain Fort Carson being on the spot kind of in that last drive, having to do something. Well, they did. Missed the extra point. They're still a point back. But I think right now is a big play for Pine Creek. 3rd and 3 with 3:58 left. If they don't get the first down, the Trojans get another shot.
And now the question is whether or not they're going to throw the ball or run the ball. Two receivers to the right, one to the left, and it's going to be a little pitch to the left side, and that's a well-designed play, still on his feet, and finally going out of bounds, Camden Atkins. He got to about the 44-yard line before finally being brought out of bounds.
That was just a nice misdirection play there. And Lazaro, I mean, what can you say about this kid? He's good with the football. Look, nice fake there, quick pitch, and here comes Atkins right at the sideline. Gets a good block out there in front as well. And Atkins putting some yards up for the Eagles.
Atkins doesn't have a ton of speed, but he knows how to run with the football. Two receivers out to the left, one to the right. Lazaro works out of the gun again. And now Lazaro looking to throws up the middle, and he had a man open for a moment, but then he gets brought down, got hit hard. That was
Lydiot, I believe.
Yep.
That was that's what we used to call a barbecued rib ball. You know, the quarterback going to throw that ball up high over the middle. You got to reach your arms up high to grab it, and you are opening your ribs for the linebackers to hit you. Looks like Lydiot's okay. He's coming off the field, and
he might have gotten the wind knocked out of him, and we understand that members of the Lydiot family are watching us online right now.
Oh, yeah, that's great. I remember Lydiot's good athletes. I believe his freshman sister plays basketball, point guard for the Pine Creek Eagles. Lydiot.
I can't remember her first name off the top of my head, but that's a good reference by you. Handoff, running left side and getting to midfield. James Fisher.
Close to a face mask there. I think they may have gotten away with one. Watch as Fisher comes to the sidelines here. Maybe a Trojan gets a hand up on his face. Maybe not. Okay, good no call by the officials. And Pine Creek moving the ball. 3 minutes, 12 seconds, or 10 seconds left in this half.
And these officials get the calls right more often than they get them wrong.
I'd agree with that.
3rd and 4, ball's right at midfield. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Tommy Lazaro, 5 yards deep, continues to work out of the shotgun. Handoff, right side, or really right up the middle. Handed off to his right, but that's a carry for Levanson Coffee. First time we've called his name today, and he's the starting running back for this team.
Well, I think right now what Todd Miller is trying to do is just show off all his weapons, move the ball around, keep Fountain Fort Carson guessing. Because if you're going to try and just run the football against this team, we mentioned those 3 linebackers. This is a really good Trojan defense, but he's doing a great job. Misdirection, throwing the ball here, running it here, doing a great job.
4th and 1, I go for it, and I think that's what Todd Miller's going to do.
If nothing else, they're going to run the clock down and kick it away and make sure the Trojans have it deep in their own end.
Yeah, there's a little bit of movement here. I'd like to see him go for it.
Well, Lazaro's still out there.
And now
timeout.
Timeout will be called, so we'll take a timeout as well. 1:58 left in the half. 7-6 Pine Creek leads on 20 TV. 7-6 game in Pine Creek. They took the clock all the way down, and they're going to go for it on 4th and 1. I formation, and right there at the line of scrimmage is Savage instead of Lazaro, and he runs it to the left side, and I think he's got the first down.
A little sneaky there. Todd Miller puts in Savage to play quarterback for one play to get the first down. I think Lazaro could have done that.
Savage was the team's leading rusher last year with 461 yards.
Trusting the senior there on 4th and 1.
Certainly so. 6'1", 180-pound senior.
Now Lazaro's back in there. I think they've got some time, but they could open it up here.
They want a touchdown here.
Definitely.
They want to go into the locker rooms with more than a 1-point lead. Receivers to the left, one to the right. Lazaro works out of the shotgun, so he's standing right at midfield. Here is the snap. Lazaro looks to throw, throws into traffic, and somehow completes the pass. Pass completed to Austin Meacham.
I tell you, Lazaro just gets more and more impressive every time he throws that football.
Triple coverage.
Yeah, and Meacham, great job. Letting it get to his body a little bit, but he made the catch there. Big catch. 1:30 to go in the half now.
Brings up a 2nd and 2. Maybe you go for a long one here. Lazaro is looking to throw. He is going to go deep left side, and he throws an interception. Tailor-made interception to Dwayne McClurkin, who's still with the football, still on his feet, down the right sideline, and finally gets brought out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. That was a poor decision by Tommy Lazaro.
That's one Lazaro's going to want back. He pump faked and then went deep. I think he was looking for Atkins out there. Maybe misjudged. There were two receivers down there. Maybe misjudged the routes a little bit. Overthrew Atkins. And now the Trojans have the football with 1 minute and 13 seconds left in the half.
Man, McClurkin has had 2 balls thrown right to him. He dropped one, and now he holds on to that one.
Yeah, if he'd held on to the other one, the Trojans would be leading right now.
So now with 1 minute and 13 seconds left, the question is, can Fountain Fort Carson take the lead before halftime?
It'll be interesting to see what Mitch Johnson could do here. A team that normally likes to run the football. Let's see what they can do.
Receivers split out to each side as Jeremiah Joyner takes the handoff now. Kind of a little flip over to the left side, and lots of running room for Deese. He avoids a tackle to the 30, 15, 20, 15, and almost to the 10. I got ahead of myself on that one as Dice, the receiver, comes around on the end around, and he gets it deep.
Nice little misdirection there, but the refs may have missed one here.
Oh,
a block in the back right there. I'm not sure if really – I think they missed one there. And the Trojans now in business. 1 minute left in the half and counting down, but they are deep in Eagle territory.
I think it was clear on that replay there was a block in the back that this officiating crew did miss. So one receiver is split out to the right side as Joyner is at the line of scrimmage, 2 backs behind him. We'll see who he's going to hand off to. Up the middle, quick handoff, and coming up just short of the goal line, that's Tevin Donnell.
Clock ticking down now, 33 seconds.
They got timeouts, so it shouldn't be a situation where they run out of time. And
wow, they waited a long time to call that timeout.
They did.
Down to 27.5 seconds now left in the half for Mitch Johnson.
They take a timeout. That gives us an opportunity to remind you that if you'd like to order a copy of this broadcast, you can do so. Multiple ways to get in contact with us. You can email us 20tv@asd20.org or give us a call at 719-234-1780.
Perhaps you know that Avery Anderson. What a better way to have something to remember him by than having that DVD.
Well, the Lidiots are watching online.
Yes.
I think to the Lidiot family, the good folks at 20TV will be expecting a call or an email momentarily.
Yes. We've mentioned Lydia. He had a nice catch in the first half.
Yeah.
Kind of got lit up there in the last, but he's doing all right. The trainer's still looking at Lydia on the sidelines since you brought up the Lydia name.
Just us talking about them right now is worth the price of admission.
I agree. I think I'd order a DVD.
7-6 the score. Pine Creek leads Fountain Fort Carson. Fountain Fort Carson has the ball at the 12-yard line. Tell you what, that yellow line for the soccer always gets me. Joyner's at the line. He's looking to throw, and he throws.
Ooh, good defense.
Yeah, right down the middle, and that was tipped away once again by Avery Anderson.
I'm telling you, Avery Anderson knows what he's doing. He is a leader on both the offensive and defensive sides of the ball. But now it's 3rd and 5, 25 seconds. I got to wonder here if Mitch Johnson doesn't maybe run towards the middle of the field, but his kicker's already missed an extra point. I don't know if they can even try a field goal. 25 seconds, 2 plays, maybe 2 shots at the end zone?
I think you go for the field goal. If you get an opportunity to take a lead into the halftime, take the lead.
Well, I would too, but I'm just wondering if he's questioning his kicker right now, missing the extra point.
It's game 1. I still give him another chance. All right, here's Joyner. Looks like he wants to run the option. He's just going to keep it himself, and he comes up short of the goal line up the middle. Clock is running. Now it's stopped. Another timeout called.
I believe they're going to move the chains. He may have a first down here. Depends on where they spot it. 18.7 seconds left.
That should. Does the ball come out possibly? No, they're going to.
Let's watch here on the replay as Joyner goes up the middle.
The ball did
come out. It looks like he may have landed on it. And, of course, there's no replays here in high school football. Too bad, because the guys here at D20 TV would love to show that one again, because that ball was loose, and instead they're just measuring to see if Joyner got the first down.
Can we bring in the little monitor with the hood and everything and ask Mark Van Gamplier to go underneath that? 7-6, and the measurement is done, and it will be a first down. It will be a first down for Fountain Fort Carson, down by 1 as we are approaching halftime, and Jeremiah Joyner comes back to the line of scrimmage. First and goal, ball's at the 2-yard line. Quick handoff, still trying to push in, and Pine Creek being a wall, and now touchdown.
Oh, man. I am surprised the whistle didn't blow. I guess they felt he was still making forward progress. That is a big play for the Trojans.
Yep, and I think they should have blown the whistle personally. So that gives Fountain Fort Carson the lead, and now they will go for the extra point, leading 12-7, or we'll see if they go for 2 possibly to try to make it a 14-7 game.
That was really a tough play, almost like, when linemen are pushing in there and everything, you really expect the refs to blow the whistle.
It went on long enough that you would have thought they would have. But if there's still
especially
steady
at the point
movement,
where I said no dice,
yeah.
I mean, they should have blown the whistle.
They should be locked into our broadcast right now. They are going for 2. Joyner, here's a handoff to Donnell, and Donnell fighting for the end zone, and he is in.
Wow.
2-point conversion. Tevin Donnell takes it in, and Fountain Fort Carson now leads Pine Creek 14-7.
Tell you what, kudos to the Trojans' offense, their running backs continuing to keep their feet moving. Obviously, we thought the whistle should have blown, but we're not as close to it as the refs are. I'm sure they're seeing their refs, their feet continue to churn, and that ball going across the goal line, and now the Trojans have a 14-7 lead. 2.6 seconds, is that 2.6? I think it is.
Yes.
Thank you, Corey Morlock.
Seconds.
The eyes in the sky, Corey telling us he can see the decimal point that we cannot.
I don't know if it's so much not being able to see the decimal point or the fact that the decimal point actually isn't there. That's a deep thought.
That would by Jack Handy.
Yes. 14-7. And you know what? If you're Fountain Fort Carson and Pine Creek right here, you just want to get to the locker room at this point. 2.6 seconds left. You in all likelihood just squib it right here.
I'd take an Avery Anderson run back.
But you're not. Fountain Fort Carson's not going to give you that opportunity. They'll kick it on the ground here, you would think.
Yeah, right up the middle, I would.
And it could very well be one of the up men who just lands on the football.
Tigner kicking this thing? Oh, yeah.
He does everything.
There you go.
Yep, he's just going to kick it on the ground, and it is
Good job.
picked up and dropped to the ground right at the 35-yard line. And there's 0.7 of a second left.
I tell you, the hearts of the Eagles had to drop there. Seems like things were going their way. An interception. The Trojans got momentum, went right down the field. The interception, one big play. The run, another big play. And then they get the push to get it into the end zone. And the Eagles, who were ahead for almost all of this first half, find themselves down a touchdown.
14-7, and we'll see if they're just taking a knee or not to finish things off. Camden Atkins, I think, is going to go out there to stand right next to Lazaro. Lazaro takes the knee, and we are to halftime. 14-7 is our score at the half, and we will come back. Second half action is right around the corner as our coverage of high school football continues here on 20 TV.
Put your glasses on at halftime, ref.
Okay, Eagle fans, let's welcome Pine Creek's award-winning cheerleaders on the field.
Halftime in the District 20 Stadium, 14-7, Fountain Fort Carson lead, Pine Creek, Matt Ball and Brian German, our entire 22 crew coming your way. And you look at that first half, and really, for me, the difference in the first half was Charles Tigner and his running for Fountain Fort Carson.
He was hard and really made some tough yards up the middle of the Trojans, and the Eagles wore down as the half went on. I really thought Pine Creek kind of dominated that whole first half with the absence until the interception thrown by Tommy Lazaro that really got Fountain Fort Carson a boost as they got a good run back from it. And then Ben Dice had a nice cutback run all the way down inside the 15-yard line. And then you could just see the momentum switching in this game. Fountain Fort Carson was a 7-point lead here at the half.
The interception there at the end was the play of the half because you got Pine Creek driving, looking to take a 21-6 lead. No, a 14-6 lead. I beg your pardon. Sometimes math isn't strong point as we were talking about a few moments ago. And instead, it goes the other direction, and Fountain Fort Carson ends up leading half that 14-7.
Big play, too, and Mitch Johnson deciding to go for two. There's the interception you talked about. Again, I think that's one that Tommy Lazaro would love to have back. And just a great run back here, and Ben Dice with that cutback run. Those were the two huge plays that you got to worry about if you're the Pine Creek Eagles. You got to keep those big plays from happening. If those two plays hadn't happened, they would be comfortably ahead in this football game.
Second half between Pine Creek and Fountain Fort Carson next here on 20 TV. (14-7) our halftime scores. We are just about set to get second half action underway. Matt Pauley, Brian German, coming your way. Thank you so much for being tuned in, whether you're watching us online or local cable, wherever you might be finding
or a
us.
bought DVD,
yes,
possibly.
That's very true as well.
Tigner
keep
with the
it
kick.
forever. Tigner does kick it away, and it is returned from the 5-yard line. We'll see if this is a good decision or not. Past the 20, that is Camden Atkins with the return, and he gets to about the 22, 23-yard line, so you get a couple extra yards beyond that 20 than if you would have probably let it bounce in the end zone.
Sometimes it's best to go down, though. Atkins standing there a little bit. Someone had him around the ankles. He's struggling for a few more yards and just gets pummeled by a few more Trojans. That's what you get for standing there for too long.
14-7, Pine Creek. Important to start right here to get things going here in the second half. And we've got a new quarterback in there. It's Scott Savage. Savage looking to hand off. No, he's going to keep it himself. He runs up the middle. He's got a big hole. To the 40. Cuts to his right. At midfield. To the 40. 35. 30. Still on his feet. He goes back to the 35, to the 30. He's going to come all the way left and get close to the 25-yard line.
Good. Great call by Todd Miller. Putting Savage in the game. We just realized that they're pretty close to the snap of the ball that it wasn't Tommy Lazaro. And Savage, a much savvier runner, can we say, makes a great fake, goes right up the middle and just kept trying to get away from Fountain Fort Carson players as he went down the field. Huge play for the Eagles, now in business, and Lazaro back in the game.
50 yards on the field or thereabouts on the run, but he probably ran about 80 yards total between cutting to his right, cutting left, cutting back. There was a lot of cuts. Now a handoff up the middle, and not a whole lot of room this time for Levanson Coffee. 2nd and 9 at the 26. What a way to start the second half.
Oh, it certainly was. And Savage, the savvy, I don't know why I like to say that. Savage, the savvy senior, gets in there. Huge play for the Eagles. But now you want to get something out of this. It can't stall right here.
Tommy Lazaro back in as quarterback. He works out of the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Lazaro takes the snap. He's going to pitch it, and it's out of the hands and all the way back to the 40-yard line before Camden Atkins can land on it.
Good job by Atkins just getting on that football. A lot of times a more inexperienced player would probably just try and pick that up again. Atkins realizing that the most important thing is possession of the ball, dove on it there and keeps it for Pine Creek at the 39-yard line. But it is going to be a long way to go here on 3rd down for the Eagles. It looks like 3rd and 25.
For Lazaro, showed a little bit of his experience. 14-7. Fountain Fort Carson leads. Lazaro's looking to pass. He's looking left, and he overthrows his receiver, Jack Lydia.
A little bit too high on that one, and now we're going to get 4th down here, and I guess Pine Creek can decide to either pin them deep or go for it and maybe make up half of it, but looks like they're going to kick the ball.
Yeah, this is, for me, it's a no-brainer. But, again, as we've established,
I think most
what
things for you
do
are
I know?
no-brainers.
I don't even know what that means. Back to punt. This is JoJo Doman. Snap is back. It's a really good snap. Doman probably put too much on this.
Nope,
well, maybe
nope.
not. It's
If
bouncing at the
Nice.
4-yard line,
Guess
and then
who?
Anderson grabbed it. Avery Anderson once again.
We're saying that name a lot tonight. Gets down there. If he's not the fastest guy on the team, he's looking like it tonight. A great punt, and there's Anderson ready to reel it in there at the 3-yard line. I believe maybe they marked it at the 2.
Wow, that's a good spot for Pine Creek.
Oh, it certainly is.
The officials might
So,
have.
if nothing else from that great run to open the second half, they get some good field position here, and they put the Trojans up against it.
If I'm Fountain Fort Carson coach Mitch Johnson right now, I'm probably not real happy with that spot.
No. But if I'm Fountain Fort Carson coach Mitch Johnson right now, I'm giving the ball to Charles Tigner.
Without a doubt. He had such a good first half. He's in there right behind the quarterback Joyner. And Tigner's got it up the middle. 2-3-yard gain.
That gives him a little bit of breathing room now. 2 things can happen in a situation like this. When you've got the ball deep in your own territory, if you can get it out, even to like the 30-yard line, you're proving your might a little bit. But if you don't get a first down here, that really is going to keep the momentum on the side of the Eagles after they started things well with that good offensive drive to start the second half.
Pine Creek linebacker Zach Carpenter lost his helmet on that play, so he has to come off for at least one play. 2nd and 6, ball on their own 6-yard line. Here's Joyner with it. He's going to hand it off once again and trying to get out to the left side. Jimenez, and he has nowhere to go. Very good job by the Pine Creek defense.
Big stop, stringing it along there. Good job by the Eagles here. You'll see if you just keep stringing it to the sideline, make him run towards the sideline, and a nice arm tackle there by Harris. Excuse me, Fisher.
Officials timeout, another equipment issue.
Is that Jimenez hopping off over there? We got a Trojan down on the other side of the field.
New player does come in for Fountain Fort Carson as we've had kind of a herky-jerky start here to the second half.
3rd and 4.
Joyner's at the line of scrimmage. Tigner's behind him. Handoff Tigner. He tries to get around to the
nothing
right
doing.
side, but he's got nowhere to go. Tom Wilson just grabbed him and took him down.
You got the big boys up front. The Eagles do a great job. Look at the penetration they're getting. And Bodine gets there, and what a great job by those guys.
And now you've got 4th and 6 on the 6-yard line. And this is why punting earlier was such a good decision. You're in pretty good shape to get really good field position right now. Back near midfield.
Well, Tigner really hasn't been hitting the ball all that well punting tonight.
It's Scott Savage who will return it if the return is available. I'd give Pine Creek the advantage on special teams in this game so far. Tigner's back at his own end zone. And he's frustrated about something. Finally, the snap comes back. Wasn't very good, but he gets to it. The punt.
Oh, that's returnable.
Yeah, that's really returnable to Savage. He avoids the right side, gets one block, gets another one, and then finally down just short of the 35-yard line before he is officially brought down.
I tell you what, as well as that play worked with Scott Savage, that opening play of the second half of the Eagles, I wouldn't be surprised to see Todd Miller at some point put Savage in there and just go to a more run-oriented offense. Obviously, Tommy Lazaro does so well standing back in the pocket and picking him apart with his throwing arm. But maybe Savage in the running game is the way to go right now.
Looks like Savage he's in. Is he going to set up as the quarterback? He is. There's Savage back at the 40-yard line working out of the gun. Good call, Coach German.
Yeah, I'll try. We'll see if he's going to run it or throw it, though. He's standing in the shotgun.
And they got all kinds of moving parts right now. Everybody's set.
Oh.
And now timeout called. Flag is out as well. They were running out of time. Let's see if they got the timeout called before delay of game. Nope.
I wonder if they had some kind of special play design there with Savage in the game. You know, obviously he's had now, 2 plays at quarterback this evening. The one play worked great. Maybe there was a special play and Savage didn't like what he saw, so the clock ran down on him. But he's staying in.
2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. That's Avery Anderson. You always got to keep your eye on him. Savage works out of the shotgun.
Oh, no.
And now the snap comes way back, and this is going to be Fountain Fort Carson football all the way down to the 40-yard line.
You got to wonder what happens there. I mean, they've been making some shotgun snaps tonight, and this one just got away from Savage. I can't blame Savage on that one.
No.
Just got away, and that's a huge turnover for the Eagles, and the Trojans are now in business.
7.5 to go, quarter number 3. Fountain Fort Carson with the football and a 7-point lead. So Joyner is at the line of scrimmage. Takes the snap. Here's the handoff up the middle to Tigner. And Tigner gains about 5 yards before being brought down. There might be some talking going on down there just a bit.
Yeah. I believe it's Jimenez over there on the sidelines for Fountain Fort Carson. He ran off the field before the third down play in the last series. He's still being talked to by the trainers over there. That'd be a tough loss for the Trojans if he can't return to the football game.
And it's not good when you don't have your helmet and you're being held away from everybody else. You don't want to speculate. That generally means something. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Joyner, he is looking to throw. Going to throw to the right and way overthrows his receiver. Then Dice.
You can obviously see Fountain Fort Carson not as good at throwing the football as the Eagles are. But they were trying to get him with a surprise there, I think, on the second down. Now it's going to be third down. It's, I believe.
It is third down. Just scoreboard fixed. Receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Gunner's looking to throw. And he's under pressure. It was a screening play. And he pretty much just threw that away. And that was the smartest decision. There's a light green jerseys.
Good choice. He's telling Tigner right now, threw it out there for Tigner. But Tigner was, why did you throw it so high? And he said, well, how about the 48? You're welcome is what he should have said. 14-7, Pine Creek leads. Why did you throw it to me? You're welcome. Yeah. Oh, it is. It's great. Love it. It still feels like summer, but football is being played, so fall as far as I'm concerned. See the Tigner pin Eagles deep. Tigner's back at midfield. It looks like Pine Creek might be putting the block on, and Tigner gets it away. He's kind of lost it. We look at punt, and that's going to be down at the 10-yard line. This is the yellow line. That yellow line, and I don't get along. This is the football field, not a soccer stadium, right? Yes, my first year for soccer games too. You're on TV. So on. 14-7 is our score. There's 6 minutes and 26 seconds to go. That's a great look at the field right there. Folks can see the yellow lines there, about 8 yards out. Beautiful definition here on the D20 TV. Good. The quick handoff and 2-yard gain over to the left side for Camden Atkins. 2-yard gain brings up 7 and 10. Good to see. Scott back to the goal line. Thank you. That's what I mean. You have to be lost. I'm sorry. Eagles need to get something going now. 6 minutes left, third quarter. Down 7. Second and 10. As Brian just mentioned. Football's on 10. Indeed. Here's another quick handoff. This one goes up middle. This time you do get past the goal line, so it will not be 3rd and 10. Quick handoff to Bunsen's Coffee. 3-yard gain. That would be 3rd and 7. Yes. Matt, learning math as we go on tonight. Tough call down here in your own territory. Your own territory, the 13-yard line, 3rd and 7. When you're trying to get a safety pass or a good solid running play, trying to first down. Lazaro has it. He's going to hand it off right up the middle, so they do not pass it, and they get some yards up the middle, not quite enough. That's a handoff to Hiller White, it looked like. It's going to look like 4th and 1. Of course, this deep in your own territory, you don't take any chances down this. So punter comes out, and then is Joe Doman, the 5'11", 170-pound junior. Doman is back at his 5-yard line. Snap is back. Here's the punt. Nice kick. Going to be returnable right up the middle. Veering out to the right, still on his feet, and finally being brought down. Camden Atkins, Justice Luttrell. And Luttrell has a nice return inside that 30-yard line. Luttrell really did a great job catching this ball on the fly and then finding his blockers and getting to the sideline. But number nine there's Atkins had a good hit on Justice. It's great for first name, Justice. Justice. If the Luttrell family is listening, yes. Not obviously they will be by emailing us at 20tv@asdtraining.org or calling us at 719-234-1780. And I didn't have a script on that one. That's a good memory on you. That's right. Sometimes I'm not. All right, here's a handoff to Tigner and he gets back to about the goal line. So that'll probably bring up the second, maybe the second and 9, depending on the spot. More good movement up front by the Pine Creek Eagles. And putting the shot to Tigner. I tell you what, if they can keep him from running the football, they can get this football back pretty quickly. 2nd and 10, balls at the 29-yard line. Bound to Carson as a touchdown lead. It's 14-7, so 4 more minutes to go. Quarter number 3. Our first 20 TV Sports broadcast of this 2013-2014 academic year. It's been a good football game so far. Yeah, a really good football game. Whoever made the schedule up for our broadcast got a 10 with this one. Yeah. Sounds like it's Corey Morlock. Who we got? All right, and a whistle. And a flag for the
yards.
Jack Dowd's got the flag out the net. Fire penalty to the game. Second 15, you said 40 shots. This team's not the best at these long yardage situations.
Ball is placed at the 34 yard. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. As Joyner,
Reverse.
reverse D, and this goes to Ben D. D flag is down, he's still on his feet.
Yeah, I believe there's a hold on the outside there.
More flags lately.
You can see the hold right there.
There's a man down as well, an injury. Pine Creek players and trainers are running over there to take a look at. This may take a moment. We're going to go ahead and step aside. Back to Fort Carson, Pine Creek 14-7. We're back to this on TV. Seven to go in the third quarter. Ball at Ryan German and out for Carson leads Pine Creek 14-7. They got second and 26. And Bonner leading to throw. Throws right side. Ball in the dirt. Could not be picked out by Ben Dees. And that brings us up third and a country mile. By the way, the injured player for Pine Creek was Josh Odom, 5'9", 200-pound junior. And he was able to walk off on his own power.
Third and 26. If you're measuring country miles by Metropolitan Stadiums.
26 yards is indeed a country mile. Did not know that.
I understand your master drills.
3:31 left. Here's Joyner at the line. And he's going to hand it off up the middle to Signer. Doesn't give him much, 4 or 5 yards. That's a very punting situation. This quarter has been a quarter of field position.
It certainly has, and right now, I'll tell you what, I'm for Carson will take it.
Tomorrow, a minute to believe got that carry.
They're going to be able to pump this away and keep the Eagles deep in their own territory again.
14-7. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left. And they are going to punt this football. So once again, we've got Signer back to punt it away and back a few yards in front of the end zone for Pine Creek, Camden Atkins. Here is the punt. This is a high boomer. And all the Pine Creek players are going to get away from it. Bouncing it in the end zone.
Forward bounce for the Eagles.
For Carson. Just if they would have a guy positioned in a little bit of a different spot, they would have been able to get that ball down and inside the 20 instead. It brings it down to the 20-yard line. Still 3 minutes left in the third quarter.
I think Pine Creek would have to at least again gain some back in the field advantage here. Push for Carson back. You don't get points on the board at this point because the field is in bad, so you can have it in their territory as you get into the fourth quarter.
The quarterback is Tommy Lazaro. Out of the shotgun, he takes the snap. He's looking to pitch. He does so over to his left side, carrying the football for Pine Creek. Camden Atkins as he gains a few yards. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 7 for Pine Creek. Ball 7 left cash. Clock is running. They could use, not only could they use points and a nice drive, they could use a long drive. keep the defense out on the field for a while and tire them out. He's been here and down the stretch of this game, and whistles are blowing, and it's a timeout called timeout Pine Creek. 14-7, 2:28 to go in the quarter. Back in the moment on point. Two minutes to go in the third quarter. 14-7. Time for Carson. Pine Creek had the football. Receiver in motion from right to left and move, but the center, I think, the four offensive linemen that were not the center took it off, and the ball was never snapped. And that's never good.
For a second there, it's something like a little more teaching on it. Ryan Pollard there had the ball running up the field with it. Sometimes those offensive linemen should be given a chance.
I was an offensive lineman in no. Really? Yeah. 2:26 left. Two receivers split out to each side. Left in the third quarter. Lazaro represents shotgun. Takes a snap. Looking to throw. Throw on the right side. He's got a man open in the flat and then tripped up by the 20-yard line. Austin Needham.
So look at this Lazaro. He just puts that thing on a rope out there. Unfortunately, Meacham lost his footing there and fell down. He could have gone for another 5 6. And it'd be for 2 as it is now. They're 3rd and 7. So it's a tough spot here for the Eagles.
And this is a big stop potentially for Fountain Ford Carson. They can come up with a minute 50 left in quarter number 3. Lazaro works out of the gun. Takes a snap. And the whistle. You got to feel those.
He might have been in motion in the backfield this time.
False start on the offense. And
3rd and 12 now.
Ball at the 18. Things is going along.
You know what I was about to situation like this? It's a quick kick. Right over the head. And that gives you some back in your favor. However, I'm a little smarter than I am.
And Lazaro throws handed in Atkins and comes up right around the area of first down. This is going to bring up a 4th and 1.
What you do right here, Matt, probably like Bubba run in the backfield. You let him run to the guard.
If you're really fighting for the big boys.
We're going to punt it away. That would not be a smart play.
Joe Dome is back at the 15-yard line. A little bit more than a minute left in the quarter. Snap is back. Here's the punt.
Nice kick.
Received. Oh, there's a ball on the ground. And we'll see who's going to get it. Pine Creek got the football. Wait for a call. And Pine Creek does indeed have the football. That might have been the break that they were waiting for. Coming out of the scrum.
Look at Josh
football.
Look at the play Josh Curie makes right here. Blocking a Fountain Ford Carson player off the ball and letting his teammate get to it. Watch it again. This ball bounces off the receiver. Watch the walk right here. Keeping the Trojan off the football and allowing Eagle teammates to jump on it. Huge play for Pine Creek. They are in business down and 7.
And that was their corner who got up on top of it and wasn't going to let anybody grab out from underneath. First and 10. Ball's at the 35-yard line. Pine Creek needs to score. Keeping football, Lazaro. He's running up the middle. He's still on his feet. And to about the 27-yard line, he is brought down. And that could end up being the final play of this first quarter.
Tony Lazaro getting a little bit fired up here at the end of the play. And he's talking a little bit down there. Nice run. keeping his head up, getting close to 7 yards.
It'll be 2nd and 4 officially. Ball at the 28-yard line.
32 seconds left in the first quarter.
They just stopped the clock due to an equipment issue for round 4 Carson player, and that gives Pine Creek an extra play in the quarter. Two receivers side. Lazar out of the gun. Takes the snap, looking to throw. He's under pressure. Throws left, and intercepted and falls down out of bounds. That was intended for Avery Anderson, but another tough pass from Tommy Lazaro.
That was a scary throw. There were 3 Trojans down there, 2 Eagles. Obviously, when you throw to Anderson with 2 Trojans down there, and that's the run earlier that set up that play. Of course, we got a flag on the play, which will help out the Eagles.
They got a little lucky here. And then they are marching this one down to the inside the 15 or just outside the 15-yard line, the 16-yard line. Let's see what
I apologize. I was watching the replay. I didn't see the ref call, but it was unsportsmanlike conduct for something. 15 yards against the Trojans.
I think the defensive back who did not make the interception. I yelled at the official about the play. That's what I think might have happened. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Here's a throw to the left side, holding on to it, taking it to the inside, touchdown! Looks like it is Pine Creek's got Savage. Touchdown Eagles! We're one extra point away from being tied in the final play of the third quarter.
I'll tell you what, Scott Savage made the play tonight. Look at the catch on the pitch right there from Lazaro. Has spin all the way around, catches it one-handed, and then makes it dances down to the sidelines and gets in the end zone. I like celebration after dove over the pylon there. And now Pine Creek just the extra point away from tying this ball game up.
It's 14-13, and out to kick the extra point is Ian Fletcher. The kick is up. The kick is good. Let's go back to this touchdown for Savage. Holds on to the ball somehow and just barely gets to this side of the pylon.
Fantastic play from the catch to the dancing in the sideline to the dives, dance in the end zone. Savage, huge play for the Eagles. Of course, he had that great run earlier in the half that set them up, but they weren't able to capitalize on it. So it's nice to see him give them a chance to get Tater.
How in the world does he hold on to that ball?
I think Lazaro needs to work on his pitches a little bit.
Yeah, that's
a great catch by Savage.
Todd Miller, when he puts together their practice plan this weekend, might ask Tommy Lazaro to work a little bit extra on those pitches. We'll go ahead and keep it here as and tell you that if you would like to get a copy of this broadcast and relive this game over and over and over.
Maybe Mr. and Mrs. Savage.
Maybe. If the Savages are listening,
maybe Scott Savage.
watching, they can
He
they
probably
can do
makes
so.
an allowance. He could afford to buy himself a DVD, I'm sure.
20TV at ASD20.org or call us at 719-234-1780. I think his parents should get it for him.
I think they should too.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a good birthday present for him.
Yes.
He could have everybody over and say, hey, watch my
Because his money needs
touchdown.
to go to lunch every day in the
That's
cafeteria.
True.
Yeah.
True. What's cheaper, the lunch or the DVD?
It's close. Depends on what you have for lunch. Are you going to get some snacks with it?
True.
Maybe a ho-ho?
Do they have
Twinkie?
ho-hos at Pine Creek?
I don't know. I've never. They did at my high school. Look at me. I still haven't recovered.
Tie ball game, thankfully.
14-14. Thank you for not commenting on my self-deprecating humor.
Yep.
That's good. That's how I know you're
Count
a
on
friend.
me.
All right.
Now I am a friend.
Kick is kicks away, and it is into the end zone. And I'll tell you what, Ian Fletcher's got a leg.
He certainly does. And the way things are going, this game tied, Todd Miller's got to feel probably better than Mitch Johnson, whose team has not made a kick tonight. Fletcher's got a booming leg, and he's made 2 extra points.
All the momentum right now solidly in favor of Pine Creek.
I would have to say so. Fountain Fort Carson's got to do something here if they want to get to say anything in this football game. The worst thing that can happen right now for the Trojans is to go 3 and out.
And the thing that Pine Creek defensively wants to have happen most is
Just
to
to go
create
3
a 3-and-out.
Yes.
And they're showing blitz.
Oh,
Quick little run
Joyner.
up the middle. No, it's going to be Joyner keeping it. I beg your pardon. He still has it close to the 40-yard line, and that's a 17, 18-yard gain for the quarterback, Jeremiah Joyner.
That's tough there. For Ben Dice was out in front, wanted to throw a block, and they kind of got mixed up there, ran into each other, or else Joyner could have gotten a lot more yardage on that play. Good call, though, as Joyner heads up the middle. Here you see what I'm talking about. Runs into his own player before the Eagles bring him down. Big gainer, though, and Fountain Fort Carson moving the football.
Clock is running. 11 minutes and 35 seconds left in this game. It's a tie game, and now a timeout, called no injury timeout. Looks like somebody's cramping up. And really, first game of the year, you're going to see guys cramping up.
That's right. If you're not hydrating enough out there, a lot of guys, you got to take on a lot of water, a lot of other fluids. You need to drink a lot. I can see the Pine Creek Eagles now, a bunch of them running over and taking drinks as they see the Trojan trainers working on the player over there on the side. I can't see who it is, but they're working on the calves, probably just a cramp right now.
That's the worst feeling in the world. It doesn't get much tougher than that.
Nope.
And then 5 minutes later, you're fine. 14-14 is our score. And they continue to.
Look at that, the crazy band on the sideline. Pine Creek is fired up. I like to see the Pine Creek fans appreciating the band on the sideline.
Were you in band at any point in time?
In junior high, I was in band.
I was as well.
Were you?
Then I switched over to football come high school.
No, there you go. Same here.
All right. What do you
Did
know?
you just play football?
No, I wrestled and
nice.
shot put and discus and track.
Holy cow.
Yeah. I was an athlete.
I was football, basketball. They wanted me to run track, and I said, I got to have an off season.
Diva.
Yep. Call them like you see them, Matt Pauly.
We're even at 14 apiece. There's 11:36 left. They're still working on that player out there, so we'll go ahead and.
Look at Bubba Barone getting his teammates fired up here for the Eagles.
He might be doing it for a while. As that's one heck of a cramp they're working on.
Yeah, it is.
We'll step aside for a moment. Be back with more in a moment here. You know what? Hold on. I may have. He's up off the field. I faked out.
You didn't
Corey
fake out Corey.
and our entire-
We're still here.
We are still here. Well, I didn't give the official out cue, which is on 20 TV.
That was Hugh Cluckman with the cramp. Glad he's doing better.
Jeremiah Joyner at the line of scrimmage now as we're back underway. Looked like they may have gotten started early. No flag, and it's a quick handoff. 5-yard gate.
Trojans, I tell you what, if their offense would suit them fine to just go down the field slowly, eating up the clock, the Eagles got to come up with stops here.
That was Eric Pittman on the run. We haven't called his name in a while. But when you've got Charles Tigner running the way he is, why give it to anybody else?
We haven't seen Jimenez back in the game. He was over on the sidelines being worked on. I don't think he's coming back tonight.
No, he had his helmet taken away from him, and that's never a good sign. Lone receiver split out to each side. Now a quick handoff up the middle. Just a little quick hitter, and they're having some good success. That was Pittman once again, and they're kind of running those angle plays very quickly, and it's not a straight-up run. And for Pine Creek, if you're playing everything straight up and you're facing a guy going at an angle, it makes it that much tougher, and it looks like they're content getting 3 yards every time.
They certainly are. It's 3rd and 2. You get 3 yards here, you got a first down. You're the Eagles. You need to stop them.
14-14. We got 10 minutes and 20 seconds left. Joyner at the line. Takes the snap. Here's the handoff, and it's going to be close. I don't think he got it. I think that was Pittman with the run once again.
I do not believe he got it. Look at the good penetration by the Eagles up front. And he just fell over the pile. And I don't think it's going to be enough.
It would take a.
They're gonna take a measurement though.
It's going to take a spot that is very pro for Fountain Fort Carson to make this be a first down.
See, if you're a coach, why don't you come up with like a passing football would be not as I don't know, a longer football, like your football.
I'm sure
Then you could get the first down. You know, if the football was just.
I'm sure there's a regulation-size football.
Here we go.
We just went somewhere that we don't need to go.
Did not get it.
Did not get it. They come up about a half yard short. If only they had the Brian German.
Yeah. If you had the longer
elongated
football, they would have had a first down right there.
Maybe you take some air
Would've
out
been
of
a
it
lot
so it can
closer.
be flatter. It feels
Sure.
like maybe that will stretch it out a bit.
See, now you're thinking. Trojans maybe going to go for it here, 4th and inches.
I think you go for it, but if you don't get it,
It's a bad call.
Yes.
Right. Maybe you come up, try and draw them off sides. Old Bubba Barone's got to stay in there, man, not jump.
you got the big
The
boys
crowd
out there.
it is rumbling under our feet here at District 20 Stadium.
They've got 4 linemen right on top of the ball and a
I think he
handoff.
got it.
Yeah, they got
yeah.
it. They
oh,
easily
boy, he's
got
still
it.
going. Holy cow.
What do you know?
That fired up the Fountain Fort Carson fans and their sideline. Holy cow, just look at that offensive line move. And just a great job by DJ Lotimo, who came in and did that's his only play at quarterback for Fountain Fort Carson. Gets the first down.
9.5 to go here in this game. It's 14-14. Here is the handoff to Tigner. He's got nowhere to go.
Oh, man.
He has stood up at the line of scrimmage.
Good job again by that wall up front by Pine Creek. Barone gets penetration. And we haven't called his name, but he's been doing a lot out there. Josh Klin is at 22 for Pine Creek. Getting some good penetration in there as well and getting the tackle on Tigner. 2nd and 9.
14-14 game. And Fountain Fort Carson's eating some clock right now as well, which is exactly what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
They do not want to give Pine Creek all that much time if they end up scoring a touchdown.
No.
Joyner was going to keep it himself, and then he gets
Oh,
stood
boy.
up, and he's pushed back. Forward progress will have him at about back to the line of scrimmage.
Kind of a late whistle on that. They pretty much had Joyner right there, and they just kept letting him push him down. Barone gets into the act. 3rd down. Great job by the
14-14. 8 minutes, 10 seconds left.
So Barone comes out on 3rd and 10. Big play here for both teams. Eagles need to stop. Trojans need to come up with something.
James Fisher comes back in as they get some extra help in the secondary. Joyner high snap. He's able to come down with
Michael
it. He's
Gaines
looking
is
to
open.
throw. Throws
No.
left. Intercepted! Intercepted! Pine Creek comes up with it. This is Cason Nolan. Nolan still on his feet. Inside the 30, down to the 27-yard line. Big play, Pine Creek. The Eagles sideline is going crazy.
Huge play for the Eagles, and just a misread by Joyner. He had a man open in the middle of the field, threw to the outside instead, and just a huge interception for the Eagles. Cason Nolan, and he almost took it to the house.
Got it all the way to the 27-yard line. 7 minutes, 38 seconds left, and Pine Creek knocking on the door at the 27-yard line. We'll call it the 28, and now a timeout has been called, taken by the officials. Injury for Fountain Fort Carson. Walking off the field very slowly, Brett Boyle, a 5'10", 240-pound offensive lineman. And now there's one of the players for Pine Creek, James Fisher's cramping. We got another guy, Eric Warren, cramping. We got cramps all over the place.
Yeah, that's not good. Like we said, you've got to stay hydrated in these summertime here. Lavaro taking the snap.
2 receivers to the left. Quick pitch right side, and who is it once again? Yep, Scott Savage still on his feet down to the 15-yard line.
Scott Savage making some plays. I tell you, I'm still a little scared when Lazaro pitches it out there, but Savage has got some really good hands, makes a nice catch, and then some moves to get up the field, and that's a first down.
7 minutes, 29 seconds to go. Clock is running. 14-14. Lazaro takes the snap. He's got a straight handoff up the middle. Still on his feet, still fighting for more yards. I think that was Savage once again.
It might be Scott Savage from here on out for Pine Creek. You just love the determination of them. Inside, outside, no matter where he's going. And you saw it on the touchdown run at the other end in the third quarter. The determination to get that ball to the pylon, get it in the end zone. He looks just as determined on this end.
6 minutes, 45 seconds left. Here's the snap back. Now another quick run up the middle. They get a few more yards as they inch closer and closer to the first down.
That was Atkins that time up the middle. It's going to be 3rd and 1. 6.5 minutes left. And you know, if you're the Eagles, you want to get this in the end zone.
I think you have to.
I wouldn't go that far, but you did.
I don't want Fountain Fort Carson getting the football back with 5+ minutes left with the opportunity to touchdown basically win the game.
3rd and 1 right here, big play.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Lazaro takes the snap. Here's another handoff. He's going to Old Reliable and Scott Savage.
I don't think he got it.
Yeah.
He lost a yard on the play. It's going to be 4th and 2.
Ian Fletcher comes out for the field goal.
Big play right here. There's Bubba Barone hydrating. He knows what to do.
Yeah. You know, and the way they've changed the rules with, training camp and football and everything, you don't go as hard as you used to. And when you have to play a game, sometimes guys just aren't quite in shape.
Looks like it's going to be a 25-yarder.
Fletcher. Oh,
no.
The snap is mishandled. Pine
out.
Creek still has it. They're looking to throw, and they're unable to do so. And that's going to give it back to Fountain Fort Carson.
Oh, that was a tough play on the field goal. Just a botched snap. Meacham tried to get the ball. He had a receiver out there. It would have been a miracle had he completed that one. There were 4 guys on the Eagle downfield. But, oh, man, your heart goes out to Meacham on that one. Because that was pretty sure 3 points for the Eagles. They would have had the lead, but now we're still tied at 14 with 5:25 left. This is exactly what you didn't want, Matt Pauley.
It is. And if you're Todd Miller, how frustrated are you right now?
Oh, man. Special teams, always a key.
And Pine Creek's had a very good special teams day up until now.
Yep. Now Mitch Johnson got his group on the sideline, getting them going.
They got plenty of time.
They do have plenty of time. The good thing for the Eagles is that they're deep in their own territory. They're on their own 8-yard line.
And this is where your defense has to step up. And now more whistles, timeout, Fountain Fort Carson. They took too much time on the sideline. 5:25 left. We've got a great one tonight at District 20 Stadium, 14-14. We're back in a moment on 20 TV. (14-14) our score, and we've got a good one going. 5:25 left. If you want to relive it, you can purchase copies by emailing us at 20tv@asd20.org or calling us 719-234-1780. Fountain Fort Carson with the football and some miscommunication in the backfield, or maybe just nowhere to go. Either way.
Good penetration by the Eagles. There was more Eagles in the backfield that play than the Trojans, and they get a stop there. So now it's going to be 2nd and 13 with the ball on the 5. We do want to thank everyone watching online tonight, though.
Yeah, we certainly do, and we've teamed up this year with Fox 21 here in Colorado Springs, and folks are accessing it via their website, and we appreciate everybody who's tuned in online right now. Here is another handoff over to the right side, still on his feet. Tigner finally goes down.
That Tigner is tough. He took a huge hit here. Watch this first hit, and he just keeps his legs moving, keeps going. 2 big hits he took. Now, granted, he didn't gain anything on the play, but he stayed upright and was able to move ahead, I guess, for 2 yards. 3rd and 11 now. Just under 5 minutes left in the 4th quarter. District 20 Stadium. Crowd getting into it.
Pine Creek defensively looking for a huge play here on 3rd and 11 at the 7. If they stop them here, they'll get good field position. Joyner takes the snap. Quick handoff, and the ball's on the ground! Ball's on the ground! Fountain Fort Carson gets it back, but back near the goal line, and Pine Creek is going to get this football back after the punt.
Wow. There it is. They stripped the ball out from Tigner. Found Fort Carson lucky to come up with that football. Watch it again as Tigner just is held up and the Eagles just stripping that football. Great job by Todd Miller coaching his team to strip that football, and now they're going to get it back. They should have excellent field position now as Savage goes back deep. He's standing at the Fountain Fort Carson 47-yard line, ready to return this punt.
Ball's at the 5-yard line. If I'm Fountain Fort Carson, I'd rather give good field position than put it into the hands of Scott Savage.
Definitely.
We'll see what Tigner does. He's in his own end zone. Snap is back. The punt, it is almost blocked. And Savage, is he going to have a chance? Nope. It takes a Pine Creek bounce at about the 38-yard line. Let's call it the 39. That spot favors Fountain Fort Carson.
Yes.
And with 3 minutes and 42 seconds left, Pine Creek is going to have the football 39 yards from the end zone and probably 20, 25 yards from being able to try another field goal.
Now, I never coached high school football, but if I'm Todd Miller right now, I think I'm feeling pretty good. But like I said, I never coached high school football, but I got Tommy Lazaro, I got Scott Savage, and I got the ball on the opponent's 40-yard line with almost 4 minutes left. Tie ball game, I'm feeling pretty good.
That's a bad spot, by the way, by Mark Van Gamplier's crew. That was at the 38, 37-yard line as almost jumping. They finally get the snap back. Now here's a handoff.
Savage.
No, right up the middle. Excuse me. I was faked out by that one as the ball goes over to the left side. About a 5-yard gain.
Savage again takes it up the middle. He's in at quarterback, I think. Took the direct snap, made a fake, and took it up the middle. And he's keeping no. Lazaro's in there. Boy, Todd Miller really keeps you guessing. When you got Lazaro and Savage in the game, they can both take the snap. You don't know what's going on. Now he's got Savage out to the left. Lazaro will take this snap.
Yeah, Lazaro is back there. He fakes the handoff. Now the pitch right side to Anderson. Anderson gets around the corner to the 10. 5. Touchdown, Pine Creek. There is a flag down.
Oh, boy.
If it goes against Pine Creek, it brings them back. If it's against Fountain Fort Carson, 34-yard touchdown, and this one's coming back.
The preliminary call is a hold. Let's see if we can see it on the replay here. A great job by Anderson taking the pitch. Oh, man.
Not a lot there.
Not a lot
there.
And Anderson dances into the end zone. Unfortunately, they're going to bring it back on the holding call. I don't know. I kind of agree with the Pine Creek fans on this one. They're going to be giving the refs an earful. Not happy.
We've seen worse, not called.
Yeah. I guess you're right.
Every
Let's see where they end up spotting this ball.
Be a 10-yard spot foul. So
it was 2nd and 4 at the 34.
I'm guessing it's going to go back.
So depending on where the hold was, it looks like they've got the hold around the 33-yard line. They'll go back to the 43. Probably going to be like a 2nd and 13.
Hadn't really used Anderson that way all that much today.
No.
That was a great play call by Todd Miller.
Play call, and got Anderson on the edge. Got some good blocking out there. Really, he needed one block downfield, and he got it. Actually, they're going to have the ball at the 34-yard line.
So they call the hold at the 23-yard line. So that takes it back to the 33, the 24 to the 34. So the gain, it takes it to 2nd and 4. Could be worse.
Yep.
Could be worse. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Lazaro takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Goes up the middle, inside the 30, down to the 26.
He scared me on that one, though, the way he brought the ball up over the defender. Watch him here on the replay as he brings the ball up the middle and kind of raises the ball up over the defender's head. Could have popped out of there, but a great move. He gets the first down. Pine Creek continues to move the ball. They're down to the Trojan 27-yard line. 2:42 and counting here in the fourth quarter.
Clock's moving. And, earlier today we said Pine Creek offense against Fountain Fort Carson defense. Whoever wins that battle is going to win. Well, here we are, 2.5 minutes, and those two units are out on the field. Lazaro fakes the handoff. He's looking to pitch. He does so to Savage. Spin move, and he's brought down at about the 21-yard line. 6-yard gain.
I like that little option play. They run it to the sideline, fake the fullback, come up in there. Savage gets it. And a nice try to block out there by Lydiot. Savage getting some good yards on the play. They give him 4, 2nd and 6.
Whoever you pitch to, though, has to be a good ball handler because the pitches aren't that good.
Okay. Mr. and Mrs. Lazaro, I apologize for Mr. Pauly. He's excited. It's a close ball game.
Lazaro's back there. Lazaro's played well. He's got to work on the pitches. His throw over to Austin Meacham just out of his hands.
Just a little bit high into the barbecued rib ball there, but Meacham should have had it. Like I say, if you touch it, you can catch it, and he gets 2 hands on the ball right there.
To the Meacham family, I'm sorry that Brian thinks that Austin should have made that catch. It's a close game, and Brian's pretty fired up right now.
3rd and 6, big play here for the Eagles. I'm not worried about it, though. I'd say get another 5 yards, and the field goal's looking pretty good.
You got a good leg in Ian Fletcher. 3rd and 6, ball at the 23-yard line. If you don't get the first down here, you got a tough decision to make if you're Todd Miller with 1:48 to go right now.
Lazaro again.
He keeps
Here
it. Now
Anderson.
He pitches. Anderson!
Oh, yeah.
Anderson's got the first down. He's got more. 10, 5, out of bounds.
Down to the 7-yard line, I believe. What a great. I love getting Anderson on the corner as the pitch guy. And Lazaro made a really good pitch on that right there. And Anderson brings it in, almost takes it to the house. Almost takes out our cameraman, Adam Parker, down there.
You keep forgetting about Anderson in this offense, too.
You do.
Yeah.
They have so many weapons, and it's nice that they have him. Remember that catch he made in the first half.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line. You don't want to do anything to lose the football now.
Savage.
Lazaro's going to keep it, Savage has it, as Brian said, and he's going to go out of bounds inside the 5, and a Fountain Fort Carson player was down there for a moment. That was Kevin McLaughlin, one of their very good linebackers.
Diving for the end zone, driving for the pylon again. This time a few too many people in the way as Savage kept it himself, tried to get it down there.
What a game.
Oh, really good game to kick off this high school football season.
Minute 17 left in it.
2nd and 2.
Here's the handoff up the middle. That's Anderson, and that's a 2-yard touchdown to give Pine Creek the lead. 1:11 left. Pine Creek leads 20-14.
How about Anderson made the brilliant catch in the first half to give Pine Creek their early lead, and now he gives them the lead back for maybe good. Avery Anderson right up the middle. Tough running for a little guy who makes plays mostly on the outside. Went right up the middle for that touchdown.
Big extra point for Ian Fletcher. Pine Creek leads. They want to make it a 7-point lead. Fletcher has made his extra point attempt as the kick is up, and the kick is good. Let's go back to the touchdown run by Avery Anderson, and there he is, just straight up the middle at 5'11", 155 pounds. Like you said, that might not be his forte, but he looked pretty good doing it right there.
Well, and then again, you got Todd Miller thinking, everybody thinking they're going to go to Scott Savage down here. They just went to him. He got it to the 2-yard line, handed off to Avery Anderson, just dives into the end zone. Pine Creek in good shape, 21-14, 1:11 left in the game, and they have the offense with more quick strike capabilities. However, we have seen some big plays from the Trojans tonight.
If you're Fountain Fort Carson, the question at this point is, who do you really focus on? Tigner's not, they don't, when they've had big plays, they've been plays not designed to be big that just became big plays.
Right.
I don't know if they start trying to throw to Michael Gaines, a 6'2", 160-pound senior. They've got a few different options, but for this, we'll see what happens. Here's the kickoff, and it is
again,
back in the end zone once again. And
love it.
Fountain Fort Carson is going to have the football at their own 20 with 71 seconds left.
I love it. You know, a lot of times in today's game of football, a lot of these coaches will get these players out there to kick the ball short and try and confuse the receiving team into bobbling the ball or something. I just love it when you just drive it through the end zone, let them have the ball at the 20 and see what they can do. You've got 1 minute and 11 seconds left in the game, and let's just get it going. And look at Matt List out there getting the team fired up. And James Fisher as well, just telling the crowd to get into this ball game. We need one stop, and it's ours.
A minute 11 left. Pine Creek looking to start off 1-0 and avenge a loss last year, a 24-13 loss in the first week of last year's season.
Oh, here we go.
Looking to throw Joyner. He looks to throw deep, and the throw is out of bounds. That's great coverage. The pass was intended for Jason Orr, and that was James Fisher on the coverage.
Actually, that was Ben Dice who came over on the reverse and threw that pass just over the outstretched arms. Kind of a trick play there. Mitch Johnson might have to be going to more plays like that if he's going to get his team back in this game.
And that's not this team's forte.
No.
Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Pine Creek's got to be feeling this W. They're 65 seconds away from it if they can hold on. Joyner, high snap, bobbles, gets it back, taken down in the backfield. That's a sack.
Huge play, and they were just seconds from victory now. The high snap did not help, but a great job by
Josh Gearing.
Josh Gearing getting in there again. Remember, he made the great play when they got the fumble on the punt. He blocked the Fountain Fort Carson player out of the way, and his teammate jumped on it. Now he gets a huge sack. Two big plays tonight for Gearing.
And a timeout called. Fountain Fort Carson. When we come back, we've got the final 39.6 seconds left as Fountain Fort Carson is trying to find a miracle.
Yeah.
Pine Creek is trying to hold on to their 21-14 win. Back in a moment. (21-14). Pine Creek leads. Matt Pauley, Brian German, our entire 20 TV crew. Great to have you with us. Pine Creek trying to hold on for the win. It is 3rd and 21 for Fountain Fort Carson. And if you're Fountain Fort Carson, you're probably just trying to get half of that right now.
You're 91 yards away and 21 yards away from a first down. They have put some more time back on the clock. It's at the 45 seconds. I think if Mitch Johnson needs more like 4 or 5 minutes because right now they're in trouble.
And if you're Pine Creek, you don't let anybody get behind you.
That's right.
Do not let anybody get behind you. They're backing up defensively. And now the snap is bobbled by Joyner in the end zone. He is taken down by Josh Klin. That's a safety.
That's 2 more points, and that puts the nail in the coffin.
23-14, Pine Creek.
36.4 seconds left. Can we sing? Turn out the lights. The party is over. No, we don't want to do that.
If you want to sing,
it is over.
We're not going to sing a
They
duet.
say that all good things must end, and it's been a good game.
It's been a great game. It has been a spectacular, phenomenal game.
And we're getting a lot from – we learned a lot about this Pine Creek football team. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Because I know Fountain Fort Carson is a pretty good football team and a higher level. And Pine Creek came in here tonight, albeit at home. That's the home advantage that they have. But, you know, they were down 14-7, and they have dominated this second half. And they're going to come away with a big, big win.
A lot of Fountain Fort Carson people there on the far sidelines.
Certainly are.
Yeah, so they're starting to make their way out of here. 23-14. For Pine Creek, this is step one of showing that last year was an aberration.
Yeah, what can I say? I'm impressed.
Yeah, so am I. (23-14) as Pine Creek.
They're just going to receive this free kick and call it a ball game, right?
You would think so.
Mm-hmm. Take a knee. Who do you let take a knee, Lazaro or Savage?
That's a good question. Probably Lazaro.
If you're a real paranoid, you put someone else in to do it, right? I call for Bubba.
Bubba?
Bubba Barone.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Bubba Barone to take the knee.
I do not see that happening.
Come on. Have a little fun.
I like to have fun.
Yep.
23-14. High kick. And
oh, nice catch.
it is caught. A fair catch called on a kickoff as JoJo Doman ends up coming down with that. And 36.4 seconds left. They should be able to just take a knee and call it a night.
The party is over. And tomorrow starts the same old thing again. Pine Creek, 1-0. Who they got next? Longmont or someone? Someone good. Another big team.
Upcoming schedule for Pine Creek. They play at Lakewood. Then at Columbine. That's their next 2 weeks.
Tell you what.
Todd Miller's not afraid of scheduling tough opponents.
Well, obviously, he doesn't have to worry about it.
And they are in victory formation, as they
Lazaro.
say. Lazaro takes the knee. They will time out the spot. And as long as they don't spot it in the next 2-1, and we are good to go. That is how this one is going to come to an end. Final score, 23-14. Pine Creek gets the win. They do not need to snap the football again. In fact, the play clock isn't even moving right now. Play clock should be moving. It's not.
Well, we are at District 20 Stadium. It's over, Matt.
Yes,
3, 2, 1.
And after struggling last year to a 4-6 record, Pine Creek tells Colorado Springs, Southern Colorado, the entire state,
we're back.
We are back indeed. Final score 23-14. Our postgame coverage starts next here on 20 TV. Final score 23-14. Pine Creek gets the win over Fountain Fort Carson. One final time. Matt Hawley and Brian German back at District 20 Stadium. And Brian, we got a good one here in week number 1.
Oh, we certainly did. I can only hope that every game we call this upcoming season here on 20 TV is as good as this one. Great matchup. Pine Creek down at half, comes back and just dominates in the second half, and especially down the stretch. And Avery Anderson with 2 touchdowns in this one tonight, Scott Savage, and certainly Tommy Lazaro. Those are going to be names that people are going to be talking about this week in Pine Creek football.
Anderson, the first and third touchdown of the day, and then Savage, the middle one. And, for a while there, Pine Creek, it didn't look good for him.
No.
And give Todd Miller, his coaching staff, and, of course, his players a lot of credit as they played that. The third quarter was all about field position, and they finally took it to their advantage. They got a couple breaks, made some special teams plays.
I think Scott Savage came out in the second half, kind of put this team on his back. First play of the second half, he ran for a nice 50-yard gain. They didn't get anything out of it that time, but the next time they got the ball, he had the beautiful touchdown scampering down the sidelines and diving to the pylon that tied this game up. And then momentum continued to swing towards the Eagles, and they just took over the game, got the touchdown from Anderson to take the lead, and then the safety at the end of the game.
Brian, it was fun.
It was a blast, Matt.
Great time. We'll be with you throughout the fall here on 20 TV for our entire 20 TV crew. And Brian German, Matt Wally saying good night from District 20 Stadium. 23-14 is our final score. We'll talk to you soon here on 20 TV. He is in. Pine. Quick handoff. Still trying to push in. And
No
Pine
dice.
Creek being a wall. And now touchdown.